Hey guys, it's Claude. This is going to be the last video I'm able to make for maybe like a week or so. So I figured let's open up one for me. I haven't opened up a deck in quite a while. See what we have inside this thing. And whenever we come back, so I'm not sure exactly how long it'll be, but whenever we do come back, we'll go ahead and open up maybe, let's see, let's come up with a number here. 4 to 6 decks for patrons. How's that? Not sure the exact one. It's going to be at least 4, could be 6. Alright, so we have a Yellow Archon, Saurians, very nice start, Logos, can't complain about that, and Untamed. It's Sov, not sure what that could be, Sov, S-O-V period, Sissy Tor, Collar. So the Tor, I guess it has something to do with maybe Dinosaur, I don't know what's going on there. But holy heck, this Archon, definitely like some sort of blade over here on this side. Hard to see because it's yellow, always hard to see the yellow Archons. But look at this huge hand over here. This is a pretty cool looking Archon, almost got like downturned horns here. And not even sure what you'd say, tentacle feet maybe? Alright, let's see what we got in this thing. And if it's your first time here, or maybe you've seen a few videos, I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe. I've noticed there's a few new people scouting out, maybe you're interested in Keyforge, whether they've bought some decks or not, but I have seen a few comments from people that are starting to get into the game. We're starting off with Untamed. It's Panpaka-Anga, 5 power. Creatures to the right of it, in the battle line, get +2 power. It's a great card. Instrument of Silence. It's an upgrade. This creature gains skirmish and fight, gain an amber, like that card. Fangtooth Cavern. It's an artifact, amber whenever you play it. At the end of your turn, destroy the least powerful creature. This is a really good card because if you and your opponent are both tied for the least powerful creature, you actually get to choose which creature you want to go, so you can always target your opponent's creature. Very nice. Camouflage, it's an upgrade, amber whenever you play it. Creatures not on a flank cannot fight this creature. Unnatural Selection. Quite possibly one of the best board control cards in the game. Amber whenever you play it. Choose 3 friendly creatures and 3 enemy creatures. Destroy each other creature. So good. Rustnar's 4 power, fight, destroy an artifact. If that artifact had an amber bonus, you gain that much amber. Mustik Mermook, 4 power, each player's keys cost +1 amber. Whenever you play it, deal 4 damage to a creature. Very nice. The other Mermook, it's imprinted, 3 power, elusive. Your keys cost 1 less amber. Ghost Hawk is an excellent card, 2 power, deploy. Play, you may reap with each neighboring creature 1 at a time. A second Ghost Hawk, very nice. Oh, a third Ghost Hawk! This is such a good card, and now we have an increased odds of like maybe having this in our starting hand, so if we're going second, play down your other house, get 2 creatures out there, next turn go Untamed, be able to reap with them, doesn't matter what they are, that's really, really powerful. Cauldron Boil, amber whenever you play it, deal damage to each creature equal to the amount of damage on that creature. Could be a gamble because I know we have Saurians in here, so if we have big ones, be careful whenever you play this, don't want to wipe out your own board. Oh! Speaking of which, it is the Saurians. Grim Locust Ducks, 11 power, 2 armor, taunt. Play, exalt him twice. This is a big creature, so exalting, you put the amber on him. Hopefully we're going to have a card inside this deck where it makes the amber not really matter. Want something like an Imperial Scuttum, so whenever it's destroyed, maybe the amber goes away. The Callipygian Ideal would be amazing as well because that allows you to then spend the amber, and he's a big creature that's more likely to survive, so we're looking for cards like that now. City Gates, it's an artifact. Action, a friendly creature captures an amber. If that creature is a dinosaur, it captures 2 instead. Great card. Gargantodon, 16 power, enters play stunned. Only deals 4 damage when fighting. Each amber that would be stolen is captured by a creature controlled by the active player instead. This really messes up some of the old Shadows decks. City State Interest. Each friendly creature captures an amber. Wow, we got some good amber control already between this and the City Gates. I really hope we get somebody to dump that captured amber that's on our creatures. Tricerian Legionary, 5 power, 1 armor, taunt. Play, ward a friendly creature. It's a good card. Thorough Centurion, 6 power, play, fight, capture an amber. Redder Gallum, 3 power, play. Your opponent's keys cost +3 amber during their next turn. Reap, you may exalt it. If you do, your opponent's keys cost +3 amber during the next turn. Odiak the Patrician, 5 power, play, capture an amber. If it has amber on it, your amber cannot be stolen. Okay, so we have a lot of great creatures, a lot of good ways to get amber on these guys, but no way to really protect that amber yet. Oh, thank goodness! Imperial Scuttum, it's an upgrade, amber whenever you play it. This creature gets +2 armor and gains destroyed. Move each amber from this creature to the common supply. Thank you for this card. Chant of Hubris, 1 amber whenever you play it. Move 1 amber from a creature to another creature. Brutodon Auxiliary, typically the last Saurian card. 6 power, taunt. Hazardous 2. Ooh, Axiom of Grisk. Ward a creature, destroy each creature with no amber on it, gain 2 chains. Well, we know that these dinosaurs, particularly in this deck, have a lot of ways to put amber on them, so this is going to be a fantastic card. Always a good card to see anyway. Now we're on to Logos, it's Mimic Gel. It's 0 power, but as you'll soon see, we have no idea what power it's going to have. It cannot be played unless there's another creature in play, and it enters play as a copy of another creature in play, except it belongs to House Logos. Pretty cool card. Remote access, amber whenever you play it. Use an opponent's artifact as if it were yours. A second remote access. Reassembling Automaton. Oh, that is really good with the Mimic Gel. 3 power destroyed. If you have any other creatures in play, instead of destroying it, fully heal it, exhaust it, and move it to a flank. Can't wait to tell you what that can do. Code Monkey, 3 power deploy. Play, archive each neighboring creature. If those creatures share a house, gain 2 amber. Anomaly Exploiter, it's an artifact. Action, destroy a damaged creature. Twin Bolt Emission, amber whenever you play it. Deal 2 damage to a creature and 2 damage to a different creature. Thorium Plasmate, amber whenever you play it. Move an enemy creature anywhere in its controller's battle line. Deal 2 damage to that creature for each of its neighbors that share a house with it. Sanitation Engineer, 4 power, hazardous 1. Reap, discard a card from your hand. Good way to cycle some cards. Quant, 3 power, Reap. You may play 1 non-Logos action card this turn. Hapsis, 5 power. After an enemy creature is destroyed, fighting Hapsis, ward Hapsis, and draw a card. And the final card of the deck is ED, 3 power, play. Archive a card, your opponent's keys cost, +1 amber for each card in your archives. Okay, I'm really liking what I see here. This deck looks like it can have a lot of great plays and looks like it'll be pretty fun. Alright, let's get our amber up. There's going to be some really cool things we can talk about in this deck. We'll actually put Code Monkey up there as well. Okay. Not too bad. I would have liked to see maybe another Imperial Scudam, or just one other thing to protect that amber that we have on our creatures. Prince of Ramu could almost be counted as an amber simply because it is making keys cost 1 less. Let's see here. Alright. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Ooh, wow. Now, that was counting the Imprinted Murmuk as 1, but even if we don't count that, that's still 19. That is a really big number. Alright, let's check out the amber control. Should be quite a bit less. Not just a little bit less, like a huge amount less. You can almost say chance is a little bit of amber control because it is taking the amber we put on our creatures away from our opponents. ED is pretty good. Only one way to really protect it though with the taunt. I don't remember seeing any other ways to really ward it. Odak is pretty nice. Redder Gallum, okay. Centurion, very nice. City State. City Gates. Murmuk, okay, wow. There was quite a bit more than I was remembering. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, right around 8. That's very, very good. Okay, let's bring up the creatures now, and then we can talk a little bit about what this deck does after we see the exact count. A lot of really fun creatures in here, actually. A lot of cool things we can do. Oh, there was another taunt, the auxiliary there. Oh, 3 taunts. Okay, Legionary. Excellent. All right, so for the creatures, we have 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. Ooh, this has some really good numbers in it. A lot of amber for having 21 creatures. And these creatures are pretty nice. All right, let's talk a little bit about what this deck can do. First off, making those Saurians 2 power more thanks to this Anga is going to be really, really good. Forcing your opponent to have to do additional damage to them, or just allowing them to fight, maybe like the Centurion, get an additional fight, capturing another amber is really, really powerful. Also, this Anga goes really, really nice with something like the Reassembling Automaton. I sometimes like to view this card as essentially having Skirmish, because as long as you have another creature in play, you're able to fight with this thing, and it's just going to come right back anyway. So it's not like you're losing the creature. And giving it 5 power allows you to take out a lot of big creatures, so that's pretty nice. I love the fact that this deck has 3 Ghost Hawks in it. It's going to be a great way to get a pile of amber. Let's see if we have anything that's a great Reaper, though. I don't really recall anything. Let's see. Quant is nice. Okay, the Sanitation Engineer, but was there anything else that could reap? Okay, it would allow us on an untamed turn to possibly use the Gallum here, so that we can force our opponent to have to pay 9 for the next key. That's pretty good, actually. So those are really the only targets, though. You only have 3 decent ones, but you know what? That's not bad. Because once again, Ghost Hawk is really just all about getting the amber. It's just that much sweeter if you have little things to do with it. So, not bad at all. I love the fact that we can actually use these taunts to protect our Edie, forcing our opponent to always have to pay at least 1 more for their keys. We didn't really have any archiving in here, although I guess we could archive with the Code Monkey. We could at least throw 2 more in there to make them pay up to 9. Not too bad. I do like the Mimic Gel in here. I think there's a lot of great targets for this. Yeah, we could get the Edie, really make them have to pay a lot of extra for their keys. But my favorite, absolute favorite card to Mimic in here is going to be the Reassembling Automaton. These 2 cards out, and these guys will never go off the board. You will never be able to destroy these things, because guess what? It's always going to be there. You're always going to have these 3 power creatures that either help control your opponent's board or just be able to reap with them. You're always going to, every time you call Logos, be able to reap for 2. So that is really, really powerful combo right there. Big fan of that. But yeah, the Mimic Gel, there's just so many great things you can do with that in here. Basically, every single creature is fantastic. Code Monkey, archive some cards, get the amber. If you want, you can actually mimic it, put the Code Monkey into your archives with maybe another Logos creature or so, get the amber, and then on your next turn, pull your archives, get the Code Monkey back, put the Mimic Gel into your archives so then you can use it again in the future to target maybe anything else or whatever just the best target possibly is. Really, really powerful. I kind of like that our amber control actually had nothing to do with stealing, simply because that makes Gargantodon here that much more powerful. We have so many good creatures in this deck that it's going to be hard for them to decide which creatures they want to take off our board. Whether that's destroy, bounce, or whatever it might be. And having this guy in our deck is really going to put a strain on our opponent's removal. Speaking of removal, not only are a lot of these creatures just really good at doing that, we also had some pretty good cards in the back here, so let's pull those up. Okay, Marmook itself is a creature that's going to be removal, so that's awesome. The Instrument of Silence turns basically any untamed creature into removal itself, and you still get the ambers if you reaped with it. Unnatural Selection, like I've said in almost every video we open this in, just a fantastic removal. Cauldron Boil, with our creatures being bigger, they might actually have a lot of damage on them. Might not play this card, but we have Twin Bolt Emission to take care of some smaller creatures, same with the Thorium. And even if they don't kill the creatures, you can use the Exploiter in conjunction to then take off any big creature our opponent might have. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, this is a real... Oh, Hand to Axiom. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this deck actually has a lot of things going for it. If it would have had like a straight up pure artifact control, I think this deck could have actually been in the busted level. But these 2 remote access will allow us to use some of our opponent's sacrifice artifacts, so that's still pretty good. But it does not answer things like Heart of the Forest or Grunt Buggy, but still very sweet cards to see in here. Yeah, this deck is pretty solid. I was just thinking the other day about going back to rating decks. Worlds Collide sometimes is kind of hard. These decks can actually have a lot more value than you might see at their face. So you got to practice with these things quite a bit. We didn't even talk about like Fangtooth Cavern. Real quick note here, we have a lot of big creatures, and that makes this card a little bit better because it means our creatures are less likely to die. And if we do want to protect them, we do have some of the smaller ones like the Ghost Hawks. Throw them down, still get the reaps, then just lose it to the Fangtooth Cavern if our opponents have bigger creatures. So it's not too bad. It's not too big of a sacrifice. Alright, so as I was saying though, thinking about getting back into ratings, and this one feels pretty good. It hits a lot of the check marks, has a lot of powerful synergies, great creatures, just good board control as well. I'm going to have to give this thing a B+, simply because it had just a pile of amber on top of all those things. Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.